Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? Once again, I'm Nev from Nev's Tac Pets, otherwise known as your friendly neighborhood basement dweller. Don't worry, ma'am, I am from the internet. And today on the internet, I want to talk a little bit about TikTok, MKUltra, and Project Monarch. Now, Project Monarch, we don't know if that's real or not. We're hoping it's not. Ultimately, what it sadly suggests is that government people were stealing children from Americans in order to do things broadly with them. Not touching that one. Not touching that one. MKUltra, we know it's real. We absolutely know it's real because we have tax evidence of it. There's nothing more accurate than tax information, and ultimately in the 60s, I believe it was the 60s, tax information was found that took us back to the 50s, 40s, and onward. Post-Nuremberg trial things where Nazis were captured and then brought to America, and even though they did unconscionable things, we use them for things like in NASA. Like, absolutely. All of these things that I'm saying are real. We use them in NASA. One second, I gotta make sure I have this right. The CIA is well known for messing with people. In Project MKUltra, they did a lot of things like mess with people in their own country. In Seattle, they released some mists to make people sick. It absolutely worked. Now, I know I sound like a conspiracy theorist here, but y'all got to figure out the difference between conspiracy theory and conspiracy fact, because the fact is people like to have control over people. By default, we're not all good, and there are a high number of people that figure out early on or stumble into the fact that they can do evil things and make money for it and just do it because nobody is watching. Now, for the CIA, they had a situation where the people at the top who believed that they were the most intelligent, they knew who the country's enemies were, and they were the only ones that should have any of this information. So, basically, one particular CIA administration did MKUltra, and it's just like the crazy things that they did. Seriously, not only that, but they were extremely worried about other people, China and Russia, also having this kind of technology, when it turns out ultimately they really didn't. Now, let's get on to TikTok. Let's just admit, guys, there's hell. We want to say that everyone exists on these tablets, on these platforms, and everything's on the up and up. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing going on. And ideas of people manipulating groups of people to use them for their physical means is unconscionable, and it would never happen. Epstein, Weinstein, P. Diddy. You know what? Those are just Americans. Let me check the AI and see if the world's found out anyone else. No, it has. There were fashion people in Paris, in Canada. So, like, the clergy. Like, we've had problems in the past. Now, once again, I'm going to bring the fact that there's a lot of stuff people just don't like thinking about. There's stuff people don't like thinking about because it makes them upset. And then when you make them upset, they want to shut you down. But we need to know that our governments have tested on us before. Will they again? Enter TikTok. So TikTok is controlled by the CCP. Absolutely controlled. The CCP is now in a period where it's after Chairman Mao's great leap forward, in which everyone needed to get with the program. China's figuring things out. It's playing the long game because it is an ancient civilization that has way more intelligence than you might actually imagine. They know how to play the long game. Anyways, enter TikTok. China's been messed around with, destroyed by other countries. Like, Britain literally just wanted them for their tea so that they could lube the machine of war, because Britain was no longer able to send out flagships because everyone was dying of scurvy. CPP controls TikTok. TikTok right now isn't what it was when it destroyed my life, but things change, especially the internet algorithms change and what you see on it changes. I have a bad feeling that we're going to have to wait a long time a long time in order to figure out exactly what mind game the the Chinese, I'm very sorry for that, by the way, the Chinese CPP, not even the Chinese people, the Chinese CPP are playing on people on an international level. Guys, the Americans already done it. We've been there. We've done that. I'd hate to think Canada has, but legitimately won't. Take an afternoon and go to Wikipedia and find out the conspiracy theories that have turned out to be true, and they will make you not trust your country anymore. And maybe for some of us, we need that. Just so that we can think this might happen. Not that our country will completely destroy us, just so we'll get an idea of what our country's capable of. Like, as Canadians, we don't know what the Americans are capable of because they haven't started messing with us until, like, super freaking recently. My light just went out. They haven't started messing with us since super recently, but guys, they've been messing with other people like mad. Like, the let's talk about Ollie North and the Contras. The things that they've done in South America is just amazing. They managed to stop the blowfly, or a particular type of fly, from coming into America at all by cutting it off down there. By cutting it off. That's, whoa, man, you can do all kinds of things with that. But at the end of the day, what's most important to people is control and power and safety of the country, even if it means taking down some of the country's dumbest and craziest, because the dumbest and the craziest are the people that they go for first, because no one will believe them. Anyways, I just want to pass that by you guys. Just an interesting world that we're in. That MKUltra is real. Anyways, have a good one, folks. Take care of each other.